Think you're crushing it with your property portfolio? Well, without proper tracking, you're probably just blindly stumbling towards financial chaos. Today, in this property roast, I'm roasting the brutally overlooked basics of managing a property portfolio. And I'll personally help you create an Excel spreadsheet step by step, diving deep into the cash flow nightmares, hidden tax impacts, and sloppy property portfolio structures. So for you peeps that are watching right now, stick around to learn the practical step-by-step Excel setup instructions and exact formulas you must know right now to stop your property business from turning into a financial dumpster fire. Firstly, guys, ignorance isn't bliss, it's bankruptcy. Most property investors, they run their property portfolio like it's a side hobby rather than a legitimate business. Like, let me ask you guys, when was the last time you checked your cash flow? Like, yeah, you know, the money you're supposed to be earning, but instead, it's mysteriously vanishing. According to financial commentator Scott Pape, he says, quote, tracking your property cash flow isn't optional, it's critical, end quote. Yet we have people like property guru Gary, I made that up, he brags, quote, just set and forget, properties run themselves, end quote. But guys, this is my savage truth. Properties don't run themselves. If you ignore the cash flow at your peril, you are not a property investor. You're a freaking noob that loves losing money. So right now, guys, let's get our hands dirty. What I want you to do right now is I'll share my screen, right? And I'm going to show you how to build an Excel spreadsheet that is simple enough to capture the essence of how your property portfolio is performing right now. So right now, right, you open an Excel spreadsheet. I have one right here over here. Okay, I've already built it, but let's do it step by step. So over here, guys, right, we have column A, right? So column A, this is column A. So you might open like a blank Excel spreadsheet, right? But the reason I'm showing you the full setup spreadsheet, and by the way, you can download this if you want, but I'm trying to show you behind the scenes of how to do it so you can customize your own spreadsheet. Remember, guys, I'm teaching you to fish, not just giving you guys a fish, right? So on column A over here, right, I want you to enter these type of headers, right? You have property, then you have total rental income, then you have loan repayments, expenses, maintenance, cash flow, taxable income, loan purpose, loan amount, rental review date, inspection date, and loan renewal date. Okay. So what happens, guys, is once you enter this in, I want you then to obviously from this column over here, enter the address of the property. It could be whatever address, right? Just whatever, you know, one TBA, you know, TBA to be announced, TBA Street, Sydney, right? New South Wales 2000, right? And then I want you guys to enter the property address, input the total rent income that you get per month, and look at the loan repayments. Very easy to look at the loan repayments. You just look at your home loan statements and look at the monthly loan repayments. Then you work out the expenses, right? And do you have strata? Divide that by 4 because it's per quarter. If it's council rates, also that's probably per quarter. I worked out, including agent fees, if you're renting this property out, it's about $300 a week, right? Then, you know, there's maintenance, include your annual maintenance like projection. There might be landlord insurance. There might be maintenance costs in terms repairs or whatever. I've averaged it down to $200, right? So the formula for this at the moment, as you can see over here, is you get B2, which is B2 over here, which is a total income, minus C2 plus D2, right, plus E2. So it's this figure over here minus the total of these two figures. And then you get this figure over here, right? Now, I know a lot of you who are watching this at the moment and must be thinking, hey, Q, this is so simple.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Let me tell you the truth. About 80% of people that call me who have like fantastic jobs, like there are 6-figure jobs, they're in top corporate jobs, or some people who are self-employed, they run businesses that are over in the millions, right? I'm telling you, they do not understand the basics of this. That's the reason they book a call. Pay me 15 minutes to talk to me or 60-minute deep dive, which is a higher fee to talk to me to go through this. So I'm telling you right now, for you guys who are laughing or scoffing about it, go, oh yeah, that is so simple. It is not simple when life overruns you. When you're busy doing what you're supposed to be doing, like you're being top at your job, property investment, building a property portfolio starts with basics and foundations. And most of you overlook this thinking, oh, it's too easy. And then you sit and forget and don't look at it. But when I come in as an expert and look at it, I'm like, what the heck are you doing? Bruh. So guys, stick to the goddamn basics. Don't be ignorant. Don't be arrogant. Okay. So what happens is now you'll get this formula over here, right? And the reason I'm showing you behind the scenes is because I don't just want you to download this sheet, which is available for download in this video, right? I'll drop a link later. But I want you to know the mechanics of it. If I just gave you a downloadable sheet, like there's a lot of downloadable sheets all over the internet, Facebook ads, oh, download this sheet, top 10 hacks, or how to manage this. They're all clickbait crap, right? I want you to build it yourself. Okay. So right now you have this formula, right? Now this formula, right? You can actually have a list of properties over here, right? Say for example, you have a list of properties over here. You just press, this table button over here. And then what happens is you can use this little drag. You see this cross over here? You can drag this to replicate this formula for other properties you have. And it's very simple. You just want to know whether you are maintaining a positive cash flow or a negative cash flow. Okay. Next, guys, the second part of this video is we're going to look at the tax impacts. This is the part that you need to really pay attention because we are here as investors trying to fight the goddamn police in Canberra, right? Especially the tax devils, the ATO. So if you guys think that your rental income is your pure profit, guess again, guys. If you guys overlook the tax impacts, this can quickly lead you into an unexpected financial hole. Because right now, like I always talk about it, negative gearing might sound appealing, but if you do not have a cash flow projection or a tracker like this table over here, this very simple table over here, you'll be consistently bleeding money without even knowing why the hell I'm doing it. Because according to the CPA expert, Noel Whittaker, he says, quote, understand your tax implications up front, end quote. And all the meanwhile, Spruker Steve insists, quote, just buy property, tax takes care of itself, end quote. And guys, here's my blunt opinion. Relying on negative gearing alone without proper planning isn't strategy. It's basically stupidity. So again, guys, let's jump back to the Excel spreadsheet. Let's go practical again. After you build up this spreadsheet, or for example, you decide to use it, but I want you to build it yourself so you can learn step by step. After you build it up to this point, which is pretty easy, guys. If you've passed high school or even maybe primary school, my kids are learning to use Excel at the moment. Don't tell me this is too hard, right? So after you're done up to column F, go to column G, put in taxable income, and I want you guys to put in this formula. It's B2, right, which is B2 over here, which is total rental income, minus C2, which is the loan repayments, plus D2. Okay, plus D2. Okay. Now, if you're watching thus far, I've done this deliberately, but I want you to know whether you're using your brain at the moment. Is there a reason why I didn't include maintenance costs, right, as part of the taxable income calculation, right? Did I intentionally leave that out where we have to calculate the taxable income? Just basically is we have total rental income minus C2 plus D2, which is loan repayments and expenses, but I didn't leave out maintenance costs. If you're thinking, hey Q, you should add maintenance costs because that's a deduction. You are correct. Well, that's what I want you guys to do. Use your goddamn brain, right? You should be, and it's very easy. This is the reason why I did it this way, is for you guys to modify the formula. So you go to here, you go to this screen over here, and you just hit a plus, and you include the maintenance costs. So right now, you have an updated formula. And that's the reason why, guys, I'm teaching you this, so that you can modify formulas and actually have a basic understanding. If you willy-nilly just download some bloody spreadsheet off online, some lead magnet that is on like Facebook, on YouTube, whatever the ads are out there telling you to download this wonderful spreadsheet because they want to get your mobile number and your contact details and call you and bombard you with spam calls. This actually gives you the power to go, nah, I'm not going to download that because Q taught me how to do the goddamn formula and also spot mistakes, right? So right now you'll notice how to spot mistakes. So right now we have an updated formula based on that wrong formula, because you might download some formulas out there and willy-nilly believe in it, right? So what happens is then you will get this and then drag that down. That allows you to copy and paste the right formula and overrides the previous formula to the other properties. Okay. Now, to bring it back to what I'm talking about is a positive result over here from the taxable income, as you can see over here, means you are sort of positive geared. If this hypothetically was a negative, it means you are playing the negative gearing approach, which means you are making a loss in the journey of holding on to this property over here. Okay? Okay, now let's move on to the third part of this video. And we're going to talk about loan structures. Guys, not all debts are created equal. If at the moment you're borrowing against your home to fund an investment property, yeah, correct. That kind of sounds smart if you watch my other videos on the equity release video, which kind of blew up. But make sure you don't mix up the loan structure, guys, right? Because if you guys do, having a wrong loan split can really ruin your tax deductions, especially if you didn't watch that video and you drew it out of your redraw, which is against your owner-occupied debt. Now, according to Effie Zahos, which is like some, news reporter, financial expert, blah, 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 whatever. But she said, quote, mismanaged loan structures cost thousands every year in lost deductions, end quote. Yet again, you'll hear like influencers like Mortgage Mad Mike, whatever, I made up their name. You know those mortgage brokers like myself. I'm making it sound like it's so goddamn easy. They'll say something like, quote, just refinance every year. It's easy, end quote. But guys, this is my harsh reality check, guys. Messy loan structures turn dreams into nightmares. And it's quicker than you can say, interest rate rise. But anyway, guys, let's jump into the practical steps where we've been working on this spreadsheet. You guys are doing fantastic if you're following this video along while we're doing this, because I suggest you to pause it, go back to your building your spreadsheet tracker, and then, that's how you learn. So basically, we're back to our spreadsheet. We're going to go to column H, all right, and then column I. Okay, so remember, guys, even though it sounds really simple, just define what this goddamn property is. Is it an investment property? Is it a owner-occupied property? So personal means owner-occupied. Rental property means investment, right? Sometimes you might mix it up a bit. The reason why you think, oh, this is so goddamn easy. Well, what happens if you have different loan splits? What if this property, right, is an owner-occupied property? But then somehow you went and split the debt to have cash out for an investment property purchase. What happens is you have this address, you just duplicate it to over here. And what happens is the first one might be, in personal, which is like, or you can put PPOR, whatever, right? And then if you have this address over here, which is the owner-occupied property, you might put investment. And how you differentiate is the different loan splits. Because loan number one might be $500,000. Loan number two against the owner-occupied property, but then it's a investment property. So it's just say it's the same property as above. That could be a $400,000 cash out. And that is an investment purpose. Having this tracked out gives you a peace of mind to know that, okay, not all my debts are tax deductible, right? Now let's move on to the fourth part of this video, guys. The fourth part of this video is that most noobs make this mistake. They forget critical dates in their property accumulation journey. And I'm telling you guys, this is an expensive memory loss. For example, guys, you might have missed rental reviews with your agent or your tenants. You might have missed forgotten safety inspections and possibly overlooked home loan repayment dates. For example, you're on a fixed rate, it expired, but you forgot. Like I'm telling you guys, these aren't small oversights. They're ticking financial time bombs. Now, according to a property management consultant, Kate Bakos, she says that, quote, set reminders for critical dates to avoid expensive mistakes, end quote. You hear people like Property Spruiker, Lazy Larry laughing like I made up that name, but you might hear things like, quote, just buy more property. Don't sweat the small stuff, end quote. But guys, this is my savage take. Forgetting critical dates is like forgetting your anniversary. It's costly, embarrassing, and easily avoidable. So again, guys, let's go back to the spreadsheet. Let's do some practical tips that you can take away from this video and really learn to accumulate property like a boss, right? So after you're done column H and column I want you to go to column J, which is over here, and put in, like, very simple, rental review dates, right? So for example, if you tenanted the property, say, last year, July, and you want to do an annual review, well, basically about a month ago, which is July 2025, you need to hook up your agent, or either you're privately renting this property, hook up your tenant and go, hey, it's time to review your rent, right? And make sure you don't just drop the bomb on them, right? You need to give them a bit of notice, right? So you might give them a bit of a heads up, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks prior to the rental review, which obviously if you're due diligent enough to use this table for the future, you'll be like, all right, well, in December 2025, over here, I need to hook up old mate, tenant over here to have a chat with him, right? And then you have to do a bit of research. Or what is the appropriate rent increase, right? What is ethical? What is reasonable, right? What is the cost of running this property? Is it positive? Is it negative? Should I increase it? Should I decrease it? Well, obviously don't decrease it, but you know what I'm talking about, right? And then, like, when is the next inspection date, right? So if you're a landlord and, you know, you need to do annual property inspections, just in case they've ruined your place. Like, you don't know what the heck's happened to it, right? So have they made modifications to your property that you don't know? Especially if you have a house and they've mucked around with it. For example, you like set and forget, and next minute you go in there, like 2 years later, you're like, hey, what the heck is this retaining wall doing here? I never allowed you to do this. All right. And then also, most importantly, is look at your loan renewal dates, right? When is your fixed rate rolling over to a variable rate? Or when is your interest only rate roll over to a principal interest rate? That is a big deal, right? For example, you pay, I don't know, like, 5.99% interest only, and then you got to roll it over to principal interest because you're on an interest only for, say, for example, 2 years only due to serviceability limit. The extra principal interest repayments could be another $1,000 to $1,500. If you are not aware of this from this tracker because you think, oh, I don't need that, man. I'm the boss. Yeah, I can manage this in my brain. Yeah, well, you got sucked in when you find out that your cash flow blows out the water. So anyway, guys, like, this is the table. Very simple. I'll put it in like a link for you guys to download, but wholeheartedly, guys, please create the table from scratch. It's very simple. The exercise might seem like, oh, it's like kindergarten crap, right? But it's not. It allows you to think and use your brain and start using some of these basic formulas so you can do some modification to it, right? And it's very, very simple. Okay, guys? And most importantly, guys, after watching to the end of this video, what I want to say is, don't let those so-called property experts promote this set and forget strategy, right? If you're ignoring your property portfolio management, this isn't carefree, right? This isn't Aussie chill culture vibe, right? It's simply careless. You're basically a dumb noob. So for all those other influencers or property brokers who are watching this channel and hating on this channel, let me write a letter to you guys, right? Dear gurus and influencers, stop misleading investors with these fairy tales, guys. Wake up and smell the spreadsheet that I've just given you, right? So guys, this is my closing statement. Managing a property portfolio isn't rocket science, but it is discipline. You gotta go into that goddamn spreadsheet and update it yourself. Don't rely on your property managers. Don't rely on your buyer's agent. Don't rely on your grandfather or your father or your mum and dad. Do it your goddamn self. Don't let ignorance drain your profits. So overall, guys, if you like this no shortcut, no BS vibe of this type of video, I suggest you, if you want to work with me, book a 15-minute strategy call or a 60-minute deep dive for me to build a holistic game plan, a lending solution paired with my financial advisors, my independent accountants, my independent buyer's agent, for us to build an A-game property portfolio system for you to build generational wealth and end the generational poverty curse in your family. Again, guys, this channel is to help you to learn to fish and not to give you a goddamn fish. But in any ways, if you're not ready, just hit the like button, hit the follow button if you like more videos like this, and most importantly, smash the share button. Share this knowledge to your mate because knowledge is power. And most importantly, thank you for watching this channel, keeping this channel alive, and I will see you in the next few days in That Property Roast.